Hello,
Yeah, good.
good afternoon, sir.
Mm, yeah, we can see you sitting outside a beautiful home in Pune.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Vivek. And you can see the content as well, I hope.
Yeah, we can see both. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
perfect. So Vishalji, just let us know whenever you want us to start. We can wait for the students to join in.
Yeah, punctuality has become a rare trait now. So,
No, that's okay. I think
That's okay. Yeah, exactly.
whether we have to travel to a meeting or get on to a Zoom call is the same thing. So where in Kanpur is this institute located? Which area?
Kanpur, if you're versed with Kanpur, it's on Kanpur Allahabad highway.
Okay.
Good evening, sir.
Now,
Good evening. And at we have two campuses. One is at
Good
Kanpur,
evening,
other is
sir.
at Aligarh. Aligarh
okay.
campus is on Aligarh Agra highway.
Okay.
Aligarh is
Lovely.
pretty close to
Lovely.
Delhi. And we have basically 4 institutes. We have an engineering college at Kanpur, a management college. At Aligarh, we have an engineering college and a school. So I have
Okay,
invited
lovely.
my class 12th students also. Few of them are also out here. And
Oh,
many
nice.
of them are very inquisitive and serious into getting into fiction and literature business. So
Oh,
Okay,
that's
lovely.
nice. That's nice.
and there are a few others also. We have a hobby club in both of our colleges at Kanpur as well as Aligarh, writing hobby club, where we try to
Okay.
inculcate and promote this thing. Students, there are a number of students who are interested. So
Right.
whatever you say today can be extremely beneficial for the entire lot.
That's
Right.
wonderful.
No, I think also the movement that we're seeing now, a lot of movement towards liberal arts and humanities, even in, technical field like engineering and, management. I think that's great because that really allows people to kind of, broaden their horizon rather than just coming out very, very, what should I say, specific, or specialist. So, so I think any institution which actually, encourages these hobby groups and writing and everything is, I think it's wonderful. It really allows people to think. And
Apparently, education is becoming more of a fluid thing rather than sticking to a particular skill. And
absolutely,
writing is one thing which, as if the thing you have traveled more or you're coming from a different arena, can make it better off. Like Chetan Bhagat is also, he's an MBA. He did from IIM.
correct.
And then
Nice.
Harsha Bhogle is. So like engineers are pretty versatile. That is, I'm also an engineer. So at least I feel that engineers are pretty versatile. They can switch over. MBA people are definitely extremely versatile.
Right.
So that is one thing.
Right.
We can, I think so. We have around almost 90 people have joined in. So you can start.
No worries. We can take a few minutes more. I think if you think that helps. Whenever you're good, we can start. I was sharing with Professor that actually my father's from Kanpur.
Okay.
So we used to travel there quite often. Then, of course, not so much lately, but we went there 2 years back to show the place around to my children and to kind of, go to the homes in, I think, Kakadev and Choti Juhi area. So it was, really a nostalgic moment for us visiting Kanpur. Yeah.
Okay. So you are based at Mumbai?
Yeah, I'm out of Mumbai. Rajesh is based out of Pune.
Pune.
Pune. I think so. We should start the session.
Okay.
All right.
Great. Perfect.
All right. Okay. Thanks a lot. So, just wanted to, on behalf of Thinkly and Thinkly Talks, just wanted to give a big welcome to everybody from Vision Institute of Management and the associated groups. Right at the outset, just wanted to, first of all, thank Professor Vaishnavi Verma for reaching out to us to do this, and also to Mr. Vishal Pandeyji for giving us this opportunity to kind of really have this Thinkly Talks on the topic of nurture your passion for writing. Thinkly Talks is something where we, really kind of hold these sessions with, different authors, thinkers, philosophers, and professionals to share their, musings about, the topics that really are of interest to them. And today, we are very lucky to have with us Mr. Rajesh Shankaran. He's an author of 2 crime thrillers, Switch in Time and Genetic Disposition, doing extremely well. The reason really why we have Rajesh out here and we're really lucky to have him is that not only is he's an author, which is why he's really here in the first place, but the fact that he is also he's somebody who's actually had a very successful career in the corporate life. So you were just talking about Chetan Bhagat and Harsha Bhogle in that sense. So Rajesh, over the last 25 years, has worked with multiple MNCs after his MBA. And sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Rajesh? Okay, sorry, there was some disturbance. I was wondering whether, Yeah, so as I was saying, post his MBA.
023 260.
Rajesh, am I audible or is somebody else speaking?
Yeah. No, Vivek, that's a cross talk. So just hold on.
Yeah.
Just hold
Maybe
on.
we could just try and put everybody on mute, I think. Yeah. Shall I proceed?
Yeah, Vivek, I think you can continue.
Okay. So like I was saying, Rajesh, after his MBA, he spent the last 25 years working with various MNCs. And in the last 15 years, he's been at very serious leadership positions at Infosys, handling multiple markets, including Asia at one time, then Europe. And currently, he's actually looking after the Finacle division for the whole of North America. So the point I was just trying to bring this out is that, a lot of us have this desire to really take up writing. We all believe while we're growing up that, at some point we'll probably author a book or become a blogger or be a columnist or something of that sort. But invariably, what happens is as we go along, life gets busy, we get tied up, and we always have these excuses why we really can't write. So Rajesh is a great example of somebody who's, who travels a lot, has extremely, high-level responsibilities, but yet takes out his passion really for writing, and really for nurturing his passion for writing. So, today we're going to hear from him. But before I, hand over to Rajesh, just a few minutes on Thinkly. So Thinkly Talks is actually is really a property owned by Thinkly. That's an app that you can actually find on your Play Store and on your iTunes Store. The whole focus about Thinkly is about how do you bring about this whole, how do you really hone people to kind of, start writing again? Somebody might say that, there are multiple places where you could probably go and write. Like, for example, you could probably go and do on Facebook or on Twitter. But really the question is, would you really go and share your innermost musings on these platforms? Twitter, for example, tends to be very, very toxic. Somebody said very nicely that people tend to be extremely happy on Facebook, extremely upset on Twitter, doing really well on LinkedIn, and seem to be great photographers on Insta. But the question is, which one is the real you? And we believe that your musings make the real you. So Thinkly is really a platform where you can actually go and share your musings, as the diagram shows, with people having common interests. So let's say, if I want to write something on philosophy, it will only go to people who probably share my same interests, whether it's philosophy, literature, science, or whatever you have you. And most importantly, what we've done out there is we've kind of given, features and product tweets out there, which ensures that, you don't get trolled on that platform, which is really the biggest challenge that you have in platforms like Twitter, So go check out Thinkly. And there's also a feature called Thinkly Publications, where one can actually go and typically go and create his own book or probably create his own e-magazine and really share that with the world. So Rajesh will probably share with you how difficult it is to go and find the right publishers. And when you get down to something like Thinkly Publications, you really find it's very easy. In a few minutes, you can go and publish a book out there. And then again, do keep checking out thinkly.me/contest. We keep organizing contests throughout the year. And we just concluded one a few days back. Over the last 30 days, we got some 6,500 entries. It was really phenomenal. So to all the writers out there who are really aspiring to become a writer, do check out Thinkly. You'll really love the app. And with that, over to Rajesh and really about his story about how we can all nurture our passion for writing. Rajesh, over to you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Vivek. I'll just take 1 minute. I think we have the, the wrong document opened. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, we are good. Okay. So, Can you see the screen? A quick check. Can you all hear me well and see the screen?
Yes.
Hello, Vivek, can you hear me?
Yes, Rajesh, loud and clear.
Yeah, okay. So that
And
was actually for shock value because I wanted you all to spend a couple of seconds watching this. Because we always have this question, right? That do we really need more stories? We have stories for millennia, we have stories across generations, across cultures, across civilizations. So why exactly do you need a story? So before we try to answer those questions, I thought I'll just tell you about an exhibition that happened in New York in 1910. And Marcel Duchamp, who was a French sculptor and artist, he bought a store sanitary ware. Okay, he didn't sculpt this or he didn't fabricate this or fire this porcelain or anything. He went to a shop, he got this, he signed it as A. Mutt. Uh, we'll let that sink in. He signed this as A. Mutt and he put it in there. And needless to say, there was a huge reaction. I mean, there was an uproar, but then things did settle down, and people started wondering, what this is about. Of course, we know what this is, but is that all there is to it? So then people started thinking, what did he mean? What did he want to say? What was he trying to say? And then people started seeing in the flowing lines of this object, because it's no longer a urinal. It is an object. It's an object d'art, as the French would say it. And people started seeing flowing lines. They started seeing symbol in those, the holes or those dots for the drain pipe and so on and so forth, and wondering what exactly would A. Mutt mean. And in this, we see something very, very human in this, very, very, Homo sapiens in this, that we can take an object and start imputing symbols, meanings, patterns to it. And what Marcel Duchamp was trying to say, and what we all should always remember, is that when we place an object of art out there, it is really the viewer, the audience, the reader who is interpreting it. What you meant by it as a writer, what you meant by it is no longer important. It is just your expression, but what people will make out of it is completely up to them. So I thought I'll just tell you that just to start before we really get onto our journey. So I want to thank Professor Vaishnavi Verma and Mr. Vishal Pandey first. Thank you very much, sir and madam, for having us here. Thank you all students. I'm Rajesh Shankaran. As Vivek said, I work for Infosys in their Finacle banking products group. And finally, thank you very much, Vivek, and the wonderful folks at Thinkly for having me here. So this was the work of art by Marcel Duchamp that really caused such an uproar. One that was relatively less controversial, but still merits discussion, was The Thinker by Auguste Rodin. There are no less than 26 copies. I mean, you can't call them copies because they're all done by Rodin that are distributed around the world. They are in Paris, London, Philadelphia, and so on. And again, people have wondered, what exactly is this man thinking? Is he thinking, or has he given up? Is he strategizing? Is he planning to do something? And so on. A last example, this is one of the most expensive paintings in the world. It's called Jackson Pollock's Number 5, and it sold for about $140 million about a couple of years back. What you see is completely up to you. Do you see some squiggles? Do you see some deeper meaning? Do you see some faces? Do you see patterns, animals, stars, constellations? It's all up to you. What Pollock meant, he said that he didn't want the world to know. He was so particular that the world not be swayed by his meaning, by his messaging, his intent, that he refused to even name his work of art. So if you see the previous two ones, Duchamp called it The Fountain, Rodin called it The Thinker, whereas Pollock just said Number 5. He didn't even want to say anything more than that. He just called it Number 5 because it was fifth in a series that he was making. So this is what a story is, that you put it out there, but what somebody will make out of it is completely up to them. But stories are just not expressions of art. They are a bit more than that. And that is where I think stories differ from other works of art. A story is a window into a culture. It tells us, how a culture evolved, how a culture passed on their learnings, their philosophies, their art, from generation to generation to generation. One of the things that we must remember is that till about 100 years back, 90% of the world's population was illiterate. Be it USA, England, a corn farmer in Ireland, a potato farmer in the plains of Idaho, a peasant in India, a sculptor in Bali, all these people were illiterate, but they were extremely skilled. As we move more and more into a knowledge economy, these two terms tend to get conflated. That somebody who is literate is somebody who is skilled, somebody who is educated, somebody who's got degrees. All these words increasingly tend to mean the same thing. But this was not the case even 100 years back, where literacy was zero. Very, very few people, the accountants, the priests, the businessmen, the traders, could read and write. A vast majority of kings were illiterate. Vast majority of kings often leaned on the priests to give them a royal lineage, Chandravanshi, Suryavanshi, Valley of Kings, and so on, because they actually were illiterate. But they wanted that halo, which only an educated person, typically somebody from the priestly class, could give them. And so they used to take it. Why I'm saying all this is, despite all this, despite this rampant illiteracy, all the great epics have survived, or at least we have a number of epics. We can't say for sure if everything has survived, but we still have Homer, we still have Herod, we have Gilgamesh, and we have our own Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavatam. All of these, great epics have come to us only through the tradition of storytelling. By narrating stories, by extending them, by adding the morals and the modes of the time, by making them relevant to the audience, storytellers have created and embellished a huge body of work. And that is why it is the human tendency to always look at stories whenever we are trying to communicate. So when the question comes, do we need more stories? The answer will always be yes, absolutely. Because what stories help us do is they help us navigate through a culture. We go into a new business meeting. In my business for Finacle, I travel to a lot of countries all the time, and always what connects us is some story, the headline of the day. When you're breaking the ice, you can't start talking numbers. You can't start talking business deals, transformations, how we will make your bank shiny and polished, how we are better than our competitors. No, that you don't break the ice with all of that. What we always break the ice with is a newspaper headline, a story. Say, oh, did you just realize that Minneapolis is locked down? Did you just realize that there are riots in New York? Or did you just realize that the match might get called off because of the weather? What we are doing is that we are trying to establish a common ground. We are trying to reassure each other that we are not aliens from Mars or something. We are normal, living, breathing human beings who can connect with each other. And what better way to connect than to exchange stories? Stories also help us empathize. We hear a story of somebody and we say, okay, this is how we can look. Stories help us change, they help us learn, they help us decipher. So there is absolutely no point in denying or no point in even hiding away that we will always need stories. You look at the explosion, just something that is so relevant. We live in one of the most anguished, traumatic times. And there was a survey done this morning. It came out this morning. I don't know when it was done. So we know that there is an explosion of the over-the-top platforms, streaming platforms. We all have YouTube. We all have our television. And we are consuming stories on Zoom calls, our family meetings. It's all about stories, what I did in the morning, what I cooked, and so on. And they did this research for the movies, and 75% people said within 2 weeks of the lockdown being lifted, they will go back to the theaters. Because we will never tire of stories. We will always need stories. That is how we connect with each other. That is how we talk to each other, So that is the reality. So then Vishalji just said, about talking about engineers and how we tend to be logical people. So for all you engineers, the next question that will come, and for everybody, anybody with an analytical bent of mind, the next question that will come is, okay, all this is fine, but what is a story? So how do we define, how can we kind of put a boundary around what exactly is a story? Yes, is there a question for me? I heard some crosstalk.
No, please carry on.
Yeah. Thanks. So what is a that I come up with, there are dozens of definitions. You do a web search, if you read some books on them, there will be dozens of definitions. But here is what I come at, and obviously it's not for me. Story is the first sequence of events which you are the author. You are the one who is creating a sequence.
मैं ड्यूटी होते हैं पानी की तो
order. I think, can we briefly make everybody mute and then I'll unmute myself? Will that?
It's okay. I've muted him.
Yeah, Rajesh, please carry on.
Oh, okay. This is the sequence of events can be ordered. Vivek, can you repeat?
It's muted.
Yeah, okay, fine. But I'll continue. Thank
you. Continue. Hello. I just. You asked certain questions.
Rajesh, are you there?
Hello.
Rajesh, we can't hear you.
Appears some network issues at Mr. Rajesh's side.
Yeah. Rajesh, are you there?
There is some problem, I think so. Mr. Rajesh will be joining back. And
yeah, I'll just check. And I think there's some other Sharma, if you can just mute his microphone.
I have done that. Aditya, please mute. I have muted you. Please don't unmute yourself. Okay, Mr. Rajesh would be joining in soon. आज का हम लोग का पूरा discussion. Yeah, you've joined.
Yeah,
okay, you're welcome.
Yeah, sorry, Vishal. You were saying आज का discussion. You can complete.
No, I was just acting as a filler. You continue, please.
Okay, thank you for that as well. Right. Okay.
Rajesh, a very small thing. There are many of us who are many out here who are not very much comfortable into too much strict English. So you can be a bit.
Okay. Okay. So more informal, right? That will. वो better रहेगा, right? इसको और
अगर हाँ थोड़ा सा हिंदी में
no, perfect. Anyway, most of my examples are Hindi movies के ही examples हैं.
Okay.
So you know,
hello.
Yeah.
Hello, yes, Mr. Rajesh.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Ramesh, sir. I can hear you.
Now you're talking about the very interesting thing about the stories, and I feel that stories. What we started talking, you have missed a lot. But I would like you to speak about some more people over the story writer like Saki, Anton Chekhov, Premchand, Tolstoy. You know, when you talk about it, probably we'll read that.
Sure, sir.
When you remind, it is such an illuminating lecture we are having here. And if you speak about all these great writers, like simple writers, even the Agatha Christie we are writing in the 8th class, reading today in the 8th class literature book. If you remind them of read these stories, probably that a trend of writing, what you're talking about, the stories will improve. Those are so simple.
Yes, sir.
And I just wanted to invite your attention that you've spoken about various authors, and these are the authors that what easiest possible, simplest thing they have written. Please carry on. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, I will definitely do that. So we'll talk about a lot of examples as well. So just going back to, what is a story? So we
Rajesh, you might want to just reshare your presentation. That got disconnected. Yeah.
Okay. So just give it one moment for the content to come up. Okay. I think they are good now. So
yeah, very good.
Yes, Ramesh sir. So we will do that as well. So हमने अभी अगाथा क्रिस्टी की बात की, right? So Agatha Christie's के novels कैसे होते थे? We would have a beginning where it will be a cozy cottage in some village in England, and there will be a cast of characters. There will be a pastor, there will be a vicar, a water carrier, a doctor, a librarian, and so on. And then suddenly somebody will get killed. An old lady, a rich man, a baron, and the needle of suspicion जो होता है, that swings between all these people. And typically a Hercule Poirot or a Miss Marple will look at it and start eliminating. Now, why I said deliberate inclusions and exclusions, ये चार words पे आप ध्यान दीजिए कि deliberate is you have to know your story inside out, you have to know your world inside out, but you don't have to reveal everything at the same time. Everything doesn't have to be told in sequence. So you as a writer, first you need to know your world inside out, and then you hold the cards close to your chest, and then you give small dribbles, drops में हम information देते हैं कि oh, she was wearing a blue jacket, and we as a reader, it doesn't register very deeply, it just flicks. But you as a writer know that there is a deep significance on why she was wearing a jacket on a summer day. On a summer day, you would expect to wear a light cardigan and not a heavy coat. In Agatha Christie's world, this is a very deliberate exclusion, that she does not tell you much about why that person was wearing a coat. Was she wearing a coat to conceal her body shape? Was she hiding something inside, some weapon inside? We don't know. And we will know in time. When the last page comes, all of this will come together. Sir spoke about, O. Henry, I think, sir, you spoke about. So O. Henry, there is a story called After 20 Years. In After 20 Years, two friends agree to meet after 20 years. And you have to read it. I will not take away much from that story. It's a short story. It's about 3,000 words. But what O. Henry has done, okay, he tells, on first reading, it looks like two friends are meeting. They are two friends. They are meeting after 20 years. They start talking. How have you been? What are you doing? And they start reminiscing. सब याद आ रहे कि पहले उन्होंने क्या किया. And one man comes, says hello to them, and goes. The significance of that is in the last sentence of that story. In the last sentence. So this is what an author does. An author holds the cards close to the chest, carefully ordered. So he decides in what sequence to show what is happening. He holds it tightly. The second is that in a story, all your characters should have free will. Nobody should be a puppet in somebody else's hand. I mean, they can be a puppet in the terms of the story that, he's a landowner, he is indebted to him, uska uspe, कर्जा है, and because of that, he's a puppet, वो चलेगा. But ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि वो कैरेक्टर कुछ भी कर ही नहीं सकता, वो बस आता है, अपना कुछ करता है, चला जाए. So स्टोरी में आपको क्या देखना है? फर्स्ट इज क्रिएटिव चॉइस, कि हाउ यू सीक्वेंस द स्टोरी, आप उसको कैसे रन करते हो स्टोरी को, क्या दिखाते हो पहले. जैसे इफ यू ऑल हैव रेड हैरी पॉटर, तो आप देखोगे कि हैरी पॉटर में व्हेन द बाय द टाइम द स्टोरी एंड्स, so many things have come up which we did not know at all, which was Harry Potter himself is a Horcrux, that Voldemort had split his soul into 7 pieces, and so many things which we did not know at all. It came to us right at the end that Lupin himself was the Half-Blood Prince. So if you have not read Harry Potter, I would definitely say, okay, yeah, you can start, because it is a story that works at multiple levels. It is a story about a journey, a expedition, a quest. It is also a story about high school students. It is also a story about racism, bigotry, and all that. So when you read a story, that is the third point, के premise. Okay, premise क्या है आपका story का? कि justice will prevail, truth is beauty, courage is not just physical, it is also emotional. So ये सब हमारे stories के एक premise होता है. Now you don't start with a premise, but by the time you end, you should have a premise. So जैसे एक movie था English, where Sridevi, she goes to the US, she struggles because of her lack of knowledge of English, and then she cracks it. Now, what is the premise of that story? The premise of the story is not कि हमको English आ गया तो हम दुनिया भर सैर कर सकते हैं. ऐसा नहीं है. The premise of the story is, in a family, you don't judge each other, you don't pull each other down. That is the premise, because the protagonist played by Sridevi, Sashi Godbole, she was not looking to go to the US. उसको ऐसा नहीं था कि मैं US जाऊं, इंग्लिश में स्पीच दूं एंड ऑल दैट. वो तो अपनी लड्डू की बिजनेस चला रही थी और वो खुश भी थी. उसका प्रॉब्लम लाइफ में था that her family never saw her as a human being, never saw her as an equal. Just because she did not know English, they always उसको कम दर्जा दिया गया. उसको हमेशा ही उन्होंने humiliate किया, insult किया, उसको दबा के रखा. So the premise of your story can be anything. It can be family, truth, courage. It can even be a negative premise that evil will always prevail over good because money is everything. This can be a premise of a story. I mean, if you typically see Anurag Kashyap के जैसे stories होते हैं, कई बार होता है कि the stories don't necessarily have a moral. In fact, it says that a moral life or ethical life may not necessarily be the best life. So that is fine. हम यहाँ किसी पे judgment पे नहीं बैठे. हम यहाँ किसी को moral science नहीं पढ़ा. We are writers. Okay, and the last is a narrator. So, sir, I think you spoke about Saki. So, मैं एक और Saki का example देता हूँ. एक book, एक story Saki का है called The Open Window. So, Saki is the pen name of an English writer called H.H. Munro, and Saki had written this story called The Open Window. Now, the narrator of that story is an extremely nervous young man who goes to a village. Okay, उसके he is into a nervous breakdown, psychic case है. और वो एक घर में जाता है हेलो बोलने को. तो एक नया विलेज में जाता है तो ऑब्वियसली पड़ोसियों को, गांव वालों को ही हैज टू मीट. तो जाता है, उनको हेलो बोलता है, शेक हैंड करने. तो एक घर पहुंच जाता है. एंड इट्स अ शॉर्ट स्टोरी, अगेन इट्स अ वंडरफुल स्टोरी. मे बी 10 पेजेस की स्टोरी होंगी वो. एंड इट इज वेरी पावरफुल. बट उसमें नरेटर कौन है? तो इट इज दिस थिन नर्वस यंग मैन, एक्सेप्ट दैट इन द लास्ट पैराग्राफ द नरेटर स्विचेस टू अ यंग गर्ल. So I will not take away more because I don't want to rob you all of the beauty of this story. If you have not read it, it is called The Open Window by Saki, and an extremely powerful story. So the fourth choice that you as a writer have to make is कि आपका narrator कौन है? From whose point of view are you narrating this story? Okay. So we will talk about अभी एक movie, एक example हम आज के लिए ज़्यादा use करेंगे. We will use this movie Dangal. I assume that most of you would have seen it. It's a beautiful movie. And for those who have not, just 2 sentences में एक story है महेंद्र सिंह फोगाट की. स्टोरी उनकी बेटी गीता फोगाट की भी है. और बहुत सारे बाकी कैरेक्टर्स हैं. बबीता फोगाट एक और बहन है. एक कोच है जो एक विलन टाइप का है. बहुत कुछ है उस स्टोरी में. बट प्राइमरी 2 प्रोटैगनिस्ट उस स्टोरी के हैं, महेंद्र सिंह फोगाट और बबीता फोगाट. सॉरी, गीता फोगाट. ओके. So now I'll continue with that. So ये example में आप देखोगे तो narrator कौन है, किसके point of view से story चलता है. तो the story runs from Mahendra Singh Fogat's point of view. Can we just mute that one person who's speaking? Not sure who is.
Yeah, I'm muted him. I'm muted. You continue.
Thank you. Okay. So sorry, I'll just go ahead. So अगर हम अभी विल स्टिक टू दंगल. सो आई विल ट्राई टू टेल यू, हम ऐसा ऑथर हमारे यूनिवर्स पे हम एक यूनिवर्स बनाते हैं, राइट. हम जब एक स्टोरी बोलते हैं तो वी मेक अ ब्रह्मांड, वी मेक अ यूनिवर्स, वी मेक अ दुनिया, and we say that इस दुनिया में it can be the hotels के business, it can be some IT industry का business हो सकता है, finance and banking में हो सकता है, गांव में हो सकता है, कहीं भी हो सकता है, एक Hogwarts करके एक magic school में हो सकता है. So the universe we create, we need a few things. आप कहीं पे भी लिखो, कोई भी universe पे लिखो, तो you should have a few things. The first is you're the author. Author comes from the same root as the word authority. So you should have complete authority. आपका इस कहानी पे जो hold है, that should be complete. So हम दंगल देखेंगे, तो we'll talk about Nitesh Tiwari, the writer and the director of that movie. So Nitesh Tiwari took us to the villages of Haryana. He took us to the villages. के village में, गांव में तो dustiness है, but ऐसा नहीं कि वहाँ सब गाय भैंस ही है, right? हमारे villages में आज इंटरनेट है, फोन है, tar roads है, बिजली है. So the way they lived was not that ऐसा नहीं दिखाया कि कुछ बंजार गांव में कुछ आ गया है, कुछ वहाँ कुछ नहीं चलता है. वो राज कपूर के गांव से एक टाइप के होते थे कि वहाँ उनको तो कुछ अक्ल ही नहीं है. That ऐसा नहीं था. Nitesh Tiwari knew his world. He had lived that world. So that is the first thing. You should learn your world before you start writing. So either you write about what you know, you write about a world you are completely immersed with, or you do research. अभी अनुराग कश्यप ने गैंग्स ऑफ वासेपुर बनाया, तो उसका मतलब ये नहीं कि वो धनबाद की कोल माइन से आया, या वो सत्या बनाया तो ऐसा नहीं कि वो बॉम्बे के माफिया डॉन्स के साथ उठता बैठता था. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. But he took the time to become the authority of that world. So that is your first thing, that you have to rule. You have to be the Raja and Rani of your world. You have to rule it. Okay. दूसरा चीज है intimacy. Intimacy is that you should know the small details. अभी जैसे हमने प्रेमचंद जी के, मैंने तो ट्रांसलेशंस में ज्यादा पढ़ा है, बट हमको स्कूल में एक हिंदी स्टोरी था, बड़े घर की बेटी, बड़े घर की बहू. ओके. एंड उसमें जो प्रेमचंद ने जो हाई क्लास एजुकेटेड भाद्र लोग जिसको कहते हैं, उस फैमिलीज के, उनका कल्चर, उनका संस्कार, हाउ उनके पॉलिटिक्स, उसके अराउंड वो कैसे काम करते हैं, दे न्यू. एंड हम जब पढ़ते हैं ना किसी भी ऑथर को, तो हमको 3 सेंटेंस में पता चल जाता है कि ये फेक रहा है कि सच बोल रहा है. ओके. सो व्हाई वी गेट पुल्ड इन. अभी जैसे पाताल लोग एक स्टोरी आया था, अ लॉट ऑफ अस गॉट पुल्ड इनटू इट बिकॉज समवेयर डीप डाउन वी न्यू, हाँ बॉस इनको पता है कि क्या बोल रहे हैं. ऐसा नहीं कि पुलिस स्टेशन है तो ऐसा होता है वैसा होता है. इट लुक लाइक अ प्रॉपर डर्टी पुलिस स्टेशन. बल्ब काम नहीं कर रहा है, पान के स्टेन्स है, फाइल है हर जगह. ऐसा नहीं कि इन्होंने सीरियल देख के बनाया, ये लोग जाके वहां पे एफर्ट लिया है. तो देयर वाज एन इंटरव्यू ऑफ इशफाक सिंह हु प्लेड इंस्पेक्टर इमरान अंसारी इन दैट, एंड इट वाज अ ब्यूटीफुल परफॉर्मेंस. तो लोगों ने पूछा कि तुमने कैसे प्रिपेयर किया. So he used to go out on the recce's with the cops in Delhi. तो उनके साथ कई 6-7 बार वो गया. That is when he knew the world. So same for you as a writer, just like Premchand ji, just like Saki, just like O. Henry, just like Harry Potter, that is J.K. Rowling, Agatha Christie, Nitesh Tiwari, we should know our world. The second is intimacy. मतलब हमको तो एक है रूल करना, राज करना, दूसरा है इंटीमेसी, मतलब हम कितने करीब हैं इस वर्ल्ड से. हमको इसके छोटे छोटे डिटेल्स भी पता होना चाहिए. सो फर्स्ट है कि यू सेट द रूल्स ऑफ योर स्टोरी, ऑफ योर वर्ल्ड, बट द सेकंड इज यू नो योर वर्ल्ड सो वेल दैट यू नो एवरी लिटिल थिंग दैट हैपेंस इन दैट वर्ल्ड. इसको कहते हैं इंटीमेसी, करीबियत. यू आर करीब टू द क्लोज, चिपका हुआ टू एवरीथिंग दैट हैपेंस इन द स्टोरी. एंड इसी में होता है कि नो मोर देन यू रिवील, मतलब आप जितना बताते हो उससे कई ज्यादा आपको आपके दुनिया के बारे में पता होना चाहिए. एंड इसका हमारे लिए मतलब क्या है ऐसा राइटर इज दैट, ऐसा नहीं कि हम कीबोर्ड के सामने बैठे और एक स्टोरी टाइप कर दिया. दैट विल नेवर वर्क. हमको सोचना चाहिए कि हम किस दुनिया में लिख रहे हैं, हमारे कैरेक्टर्स कौन है. स्पेंड टाइम विद योर कैरेक्टर्स. स्टोरी तो आप छोड़ ही दो थोड़ी देर के लिए, एंड जस्ट स्पेंड टाइम कि इसको चाहिए क्या लाइफ में. एंड विल टॉक अबाउट चाहिए क्या इन अ मोमेंट. उसको क्वेस्ट बोलते हैं, तो विल get into that in a moment. The third is consistency. अगर आप देखोगे तो महेंद्र सिंह फोगाट जो इंसान है वो एक ही है राइट थ्रू द मूवी. वो बदलता नहीं है. ऐसा नहीं कि एक दिन वो सॉफ्ट हो जाता है. जब when his daughter reaches out to him after so many months or years, the story is not very clear, but let us assume कुछ सालों बाद वो उसको रीच आउट करके अपने फादर को कि मेरे को हेल्प करो, मैं जीत नहीं रही हूँ. So he doesn't become soft कि अरे बेटी नहीं तुम कर लोगी and all that. He starts shouting कि सारे जीते हुए मैच हारे तुम, and he is scolding, and then she finally says अच्छा लगा, डांट पड़ा. So दिस इज कंसिस्टेंसी कि कैरेक्टर सडनली बदल नहीं जाते, सडनली कोई बुरा आदमी अच्छा आदमी हो गया, कुछ और हो गया, देयर इज नो फन। लोग लोग की दृष्टिकोण बदल सकता है, बट उनका जो फितरत है, दैट कैरेक्टर, देयर नेचर शुड नॉट चेंज। देयर मॉरल्स में चेंज, दे मे लर्न, दे मे सेल्फ रियलाइज कि ये जो मैं कर रहा था ये गलत है, but that is not a change in character, that is a change in the moral compass. So that is what is meant by consistency, that the rules have to apply to everybody equally. Second is morality, and ये पॉइंट मैं कर चुका हूँ बट फिर भी बोलता हूँ कि हमको एक वर्ल्ड को जज नहीं करना। पाताल लोक में हम देखते हैं कि लाइफ को वैल्यू नहीं है, दंगल में हम देखते हैं कि वुमेन को even fathers don't think much about their daughters, they are looking for a son right from the beginning, even though this is not true. बट नितेश तिवारी हमको लेक्चर नहीं देता है कि ये गलत बात है, ये खाप पंचायत है, ये वो है। He doesn't say all that. He just tells us a story. Same with पातालोक, they just tell us a story. So हमको अपना स्टोरी का जो मॉरल कोड है वो देखना है कि हम इस स्टोरी में कैसे लोग से हम पॉपुलेट करेंगे और वो लोग करेंगे क्या, बट हमको उसके बारे में भाषण नहीं देना। And like I showed right in the beginning when I showed you those images, you just tell your story. What people make of it, लोग उसका क्या मतलब निकालते हैं, लोग उससे कंफर्टेबल होते हैं कि अनकंफर्टेबल होते हैं, ये आप सोचना आपका काम नहीं है। As a writer, you don't have to worry about all that. And the last is humanize it. मतलब stories have to always be about people. It may look like it's a story of a rabbit and a tortoise. It may look like it is a story of cars. जैसे Pixar है, Disney Pixar in the US. They make these animation movies. They have made movies about cars. So एक दुनिया है जहाँ पे सारे लोग cars हैं। अभी ये कार्स पैदा कैसे होते हैं, कार्स को खाना कौन देता है, उनको रिपेयर कौन करता है, इनके पास हाथ पैर मशीनरी कुछ है नहीं, हमने नहीं सोचा, हमने वो मूवी देख लिया। वी नेवर सेड कि ये कैसे हो सकता है। या हम कई बार मूवीज देखते हैं जहाँ पे एनिमल्स बात करते हैं, तो हम ये नहीं सोचते कि ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है कि एनिमल्स बात कर सकता है। हम पंचतंत्र के स्टोरीज, ऑल ऑफ अस वी हैव ग्रोन अप ऑन पंचतंत्र स्टोरीज एंड वी हैव सीन दैट एनिमल्स टॉक, एनिमल्स एंड ह्यूमंस टॉक। इनफैक्ट महाभारत में एक बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुल स्टोरी है जहाँ पे एक मंगूस का आधा बॉडी गोल्ड का होता है एंड इट कम्स टू अ यज्ञ एंड इट रोल्स ऑन द ग्राउंड टू सी इफ द अदर हाफ ऑफ द बॉडी कैन आल्सो बिकम गोल्ड, बट इट डजंट हैपन बिकॉज जो फर्स्ट हाफ जो गोल्ड से बना था दैट वाज डन विद प्योर सर्विस, प्योर त्याग। एक यज्ञ क्या होता है, त्याग होता है कि तुम सारे मोह माया एसेट सब कुछ त्याग दो, अपना ईगो को त्याग दो। तो वो एक ही बार हुआ था और तब उस मंगूस को उसका फायदा हुआ था एंड हाफ द बॉडी ऑफ दैट मंगूस बिकेम अ golden part. So it is always about humanity, that so that mongoose is not a mongoose, that mongoose is not a hungry animal trying to hunt snakes and all that. That mongoose is a human. हम humans ही हैं जो half को हम tolerate नहीं कर पाते, हम हमेशा other half पूछते हैं। We like completeness. Animals don't care. उनको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, उनको हाफ फुल कुछ नहीं है, उनको लाइफ में 3-4 चीजें इम्पोर्टेंट होती है कि eat, mate, procreate, defend, sleep, that's all. So that mongoose was not a mongoose, it was actually a mongoose with extremely human traits. So this is the fourth thing. आप कोई भी powerful literature देखोगे, so it is always about the humanity. And what makes us human? We go back to those fundamental qualities: strength, courage, truthfulness, honesty, redemption, revenge, cruelty, jealousy, guilt, shame. These are all human things. कोई एनिमल नहीं है दुनिया में जिसको शेम है, उसको शेम करके इमोशन कुछ होता नहीं है एनिमल्स। Okay, so these are all human traits, human emotions. So the story you write, you always have to think carefully about what are the human traits that you are going to talk about. So your story has to always be about characters. So अभी हम देखेंगे कि कैरेक्टर क्या होता है, what is a character. Okay, हम जब बोलते हैं कि ये प्रोटैगनिस्ट है, ये हीरो है, ये विलन है, तो कैरेक्टर क्या होता है? I'll just talk to you briefly now about what is a character. So kuch quotes I'll just share with you, just so that you all can get a view. First is by Socrates, which says that an unexamined life is not worth living. तो इसका मतलब क्या है कि हम whatever life we lead, हमको बीच बीच में रोक के अपना ही लाइफ को हमको परखना चाहिए, हमको अपना लाइफ के बारे में सोचना चाहिए कि ये क्या जिंदगी हम जी रहे हैं। Does this life have value? Does it have meaning? Does it have purpose? But स्टोरी में ऐसा नहीं होता है। स्टोरी में इट इज उल्टा। स्टोरी में क्या होता है कि वी हैव टू राइट अबाउट लिव्ड पीपल। lot of us, all of us in this room, you know, we live fairly steady lives. हम जाते हैं, अपना कॉलेज जाते हैं, ऑफिस जाते हैं, काम करते हैं, घर आ जाते हैं. हम कोई 14 साल वनवास में नहीं जाते. हम कोई ब्रूमस्टिक में फ्लाइंग के लिए नहीं जाते. हम ओलंपिक या कॉमनवेल्थ गोल्ड जीतने नहीं जाते. तो स्टोरीज किसके बारे में होते हैं? स्टोरीज आर ऑलवेज अबाउट पीपल हु डू समथिंग हटके. बट हटके डजंट मीन कि दे आर सम स्पाइडरमैन और सुपरमैन और भीम. They can bash up 40 people. They are Vrikodaras. They can eat like a wolf. ये सब सुपर हीरोज हैं. अर्जुन है जो अंधेरे में भी वो निशाना लगा सकता था. ओके, उसको कुछ नहीं दिखता था, उसको सिर्फ निशाना दिखता था. हम ऐसे नहीं है, बट हमारे पास दूसरी चीजें होती हैं. जैसे शशि गोडबोले ऑफ इंग्लिश को क्या था? A deep desire to win the respect of her family. She was ready to do anything to do that. एक फॉरेन कंट्री में विदाउट नोइंग द लैंग्वेज वो अपने घर से न्यूयॉर्क एक क्लास ढूंढ के अकेली जाती है. क्यों जाती है? बिकॉज वो हटके है. वो शी इज नॉट ऑल दोस मेन एंड वुमेन हु विल एक्सेप्ट द ह्यूमिलेशंस ऑफ देयर फैमिली क्वाइटली. अंदर ही अंदर जलती रहेगी लेकिन बाहर कुछ दिखाएगी नहीं. नहीं, शी टुक स्टेप्स टू चेंज हर सिचुएशन. सो कैरेक्टर के लिए क्या होता है? द कैरेक्टर शुड बी समबडी हु गोस आउट ऑफ द वे. ही और शी शुड हैव सर्टेन रिसोर्सेस. दे मे बी हिंटेड, मतलब हम उनको पूरा खोल के नहीं दिखाते, हम उस पर हिंट करते हैं. तो आप इंग्लिश देखोगे तो देयर आर मल्टीपल सीन्स जहाँ पे श्रीदेवी का कैरेक्टर को थोड़ा थोड़ा दिखाते हैं. अर्ली इन द मूवी एक सीन है जब वो फादर विंसेंट को मिलती है, तो इसको भी इंग्लिश नहीं पता है, फादर विंसेंट को हिंदी नहीं पता है. फिर भी श्रीदेवी के कैरेक्टर शशि गोडबोले उनसे कनेक्ट करके अपना पूरा एक कनेक्शन हो जाता है वो दोनों के बीच में. सो दैट इज हर कैरेक्टर. देन वो लड्डू बेचती है, घर घर घूमती है अकेले, एक सर्वेंट के साथ अपना, एंड हर क्वालिटी इज वेरी गुड. फिर वो कस्टम्स क्लियर करती है, इमिग्रेशन क्लियर करती है, फिर वो क्लास पहुंचती है. तो शी डज सो मेनी थिंग्स. हमको उसके कैरेक्टर के बारे में पता चलता है कि ये एक सिंपल वुमन नहीं है, ये एक बहुत ही डीप वुमन है, बहुत ही रिसोर्सफुल वुमन है, बहुत ही केपेबल वुमन है. इसमें कई काबिलियतें हैं, कई हुनर हैं जो हमको डायरेक्टर गौरी शिंदे ने थोड़ा करके दिखाती है. तो जब भी वो लास्ट सीन में वो स्पीच देती है तो वी आर नॉट सरप्राइज्ड, वी आर ओनली हैप्पी. एंड दिस इज व्हाट आई से दैट it is a lived life. So she has lived her life, she has pushed the boundaries. So when the challenges come in front of her, she is ready to do anything. The other thing is that we say adversity matlab adchane. So adchane doesn't just build character, it merely reveals it. matlab hamare andar jo character hai वो है. ऐसा नहीं कि बहुत डिफिकल्टी से अपना कैरेक्टर सोना हो जाता है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. अंडर प्रेशर हम डायमंड हो जाते हैं, नहीं तो हम कोल ही रह जाते हैं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. हम डायमंड है तो डायमंड है, कोल है तो कोल है. प्रेशर ओनली रिवील्स इट. सो आवर जॉब एज स्टोरी राइटर्स इज आल्सो टू पुट आवर कैरेक्टर्स अंडर प्रेशर. सो आप देखो इंग्लिश वो अपना जाके किसके लिए वो मर रही है? वो डिप्लोमा के लिए. एंड उसी दिन वो शादी है तो वो डिप्लोमा में नहीं जाती. सो शी इज अंडर प्रेशर. दंगल में महेंद्र सिंह फोगाट गेट्स लॉक्ड इन अ रूम. He is not there when his daughter needs him the most. सबसे ज्यादा जब गीता को उसकी जरूरत है वो एक रूम में लॉक है. तो एंड लुक एट इट फ्रॉम गीता's पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, और फादर इज नॉट देयर, फिर भी वो अपने फादर के लेसन याद करती है. मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंटली कि तेरे को खुद तैरना है, मैं हमेशा नहीं रहूंगा तेरे साथ. सो दैट इज व्हाट वी से दैट एडवर्सिटी डज नॉट बिल्ड कैरेक्टर, इट रिवील्स इट. सो आपको अपने कैरेक्टर्स के बारे में इतना कुछ पता होना चाहिए कि जब वो प्रेशर में आते हैं तो वो कैसे रिएक्ट करते हैं. That is the second thing. And the last is villains. तो सबसे पहले बात है कि विलन करके कुछ होता ही नहीं. There is no such thing as a villain. What we have are antagonists who are people who are ready to do more than the average man to get what they want. किसी को कुछ चाहिए लाइफ में तो हम सब हैं जो कुछ थोड़ा बहुत करेंगे, थोड़ा बहुत फाइट मारेंगे, थोड़ा बहुत कष्ट उठाएंगे, बट हम किसी को मार नहीं डालेंगे, हम किसी के घर में जाके डाका नहीं डालेंगे, हम किसी को लूटेंगे नहीं. तो विलन्स, व्हाई आई से दिस इज दैट नहीं तो यू गेट अ कार्डबोर्ड कैरेक्टर विलन. इफ यू लुक एट अगाथा क्रिस्टी में जब भी कोई किलर होता है तो वो किलर ऐसा नहीं कि वो गब्बर सिंह टाइप वो टाइम पास के लिए गुंडा है, टाइम पास के लिए डाकू है. एटलीस्ट हमको बताया नहीं गया कि गब्बर सिंह क्यों डाकू बना, उसके प्रॉब्लम्स क्या थे. बट व्हेन यू राइट, you can't write like that. You should know whether you choose to tell to your reader, that is up to you. Like Salim Javed didn't show us why Gabbar Singh became a Daku, but they probably knew or they might have known. So similarly for you, your villain should always have a motive. Okay, there is something about him that makes him do more than what the average person will do. See, we all get insulted. हर दिन हम घर से निकलते हैं तो कभी मेट्रो में, कभी बस में, कॉलेज में, एट वर्क, बॉस से, गवर्नमेंट से, कई बार होता है. अभी आप देखो ये माइग्रेंट्स हैं जो दे आर वॉकिंग 300 किलोमीटर. कोई बॉम्बे सेंट्रल से पहले कल्याण चल के जाता है, कल्याण से बस पकड़ के लखनऊ, लखनऊ से फिर अपने गाँव जाओ. नो, all of these people are suffering, but let us say उनमें से एक है जो बोलते बहुत हो गया, and he starts holding the buses to ransom, बस ड्राइवर को मार डाल के वो चला के गया. तो ये हो गया विलन. बट ये विलन नहीं है, वो अपने बच्चे को घर पहुंचा रहा है, उसका बच्चे को खाना खिला रहा है, स्कूल दे रहा है. So when you make a villain also, think about why that person is doing what he is doing. Don't just give him bad things to do. Don't just give him evil things to do. Okay, उसको ऐसा सोचो कि ये आदमी को क्या चाहिए, and give him a motive to achieve that. Now that motive and what he wants may be illegal, immoral, unethical. So that makes him a villain. Why? What is the meaning of a villain? The purpose of the story is to stop him. But the purpose of the story is not to question him or judge him. The purpose of the story is to only stop him, because what he is trying to do, to loot the granary, to ransom a bus, to kidnap a bus, and abduct a bus and take it, these are all not legal things. These are not ethical things. So he has to be stopped. So he is a villain. So ये आप अपने character के बारे में सोचिए. Your character should be different. They should have a motive. And even when they do bad things, they should do bad things for a reason. Then your story comes together as a whole thing. Otherwise, what happens is, जिसको बोलते हैं हम cardboard characters. That is two-dimensional or flat characters. So
Rajesh, sorry, just getting, I think we're running slightly behind time. Can you try and wrap up, and then, we can have some time, with the students, for any questions that they might have.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I'll go quickly.
So,
Thank you for that.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
So the counter to the character is the plot. कि plot में होता है कि होता क्या है. So हम typically plot में क्या होता है, one important thing जिसको literary में बोलते हैं inciting incident or the triggering event. So दंगल में जैसे महेंद्र सिंह फोगाट के लिए ट्रिगरिंग इवेंट क्या होता है, वो तो अपने बेटियों से कोई उम्मीद नहीं रखता है. देन वन डे ही सीज कि these girls have beaten up their boys, उनके स्टूडेंट्स. सो दैट फॉर हिम इज द इनसाइटिंग इंसिडेंट. तो बोलता है हाँ, मुझे अभी भी गोल्ड मेडल मैं जीत सकता हूँ. बट वो लड़कियों के लिए वो नहीं है. उनके लिए वो ट्रिगर है कि वो एक शादी में जाते हैं जहाँ एक लड़की बोलती है कि तुम्हारे बाप तुम्हारे बारे में सोचता तो है, हमारे यहाँ तो बस सिर्फ शादी किया जाता है. सो दैट इज अ इनसाइटिंग इंसिडेंट. सो इसको प्लॉट कहते हैं कि हमको हमेशा प्लॉट में एक कैरेक्टर का जर्नी को एक ट्रिगर होता है, एंड द ऑब्स्टेकल्स आर द विलन. सो विलन वाज द कोच इन दंगल. सो दिस इज द स्टोरी ऑफ व्हाट वी कॉल एज अ कैरेक्टर वर्सेस अ प्लॉट. इसको ट्रेडिशनल स्टोरी आर्क कहते हैं कि एक इवेंट जिससे हीरो का जर्नी शुरू होता है. जैसे उसके स्टेप मदर ने बोल दिया तुम 14 साल वनवास में जाओ, तो उसका जर्नी वहीं शुरू हो गया. सो आपको आई वुड टेल यू ऑल के focus on character and plot and start thinking around that. Finally, a few things I would say is that आप कुछ भी करो लेकिन अपना first draft लिखो. Till then you are not a writer. Till you have your first draft out, you are only a dreamer. So dreaming से कहानियां नहीं बनती. Dreaming से short stories, novels, screenplay, whatever you want to write नहीं होता. You'll have to take pen and paper, and whether it is a 5,000 word short story, a 60,000 word novel, आपको जो भी करना है, you have to get your first draft out. Second is, you can see the second quote by Ernest Hemingway which says write drunk, edit sober. इसका मतलब ये है कि आपका जो first draft है वो perfect से बहुत दूर है, वो बहुत ही दूर है. But don't worry about it. Freely लिखो, अपना mind को free करके लिखना, जो आपको लिखना है उसमें लिखना. उसके बाद wear the hat of a teacher. एक strict teacher के hat से उसका चाहे grammar हो, story inconsistency हो, आपको check करना है. But first you get your first draft out, and then clean it up. Clean karo, add karo, subtract karo. But always I would say get the first draft out and write with all the senses, ke uska smell, sound, and that is the the next thing. कि मैं क्या लिखूं, ठीक है आपने इतना सब तो बता दिया, तो मैं लिखूं क्या. So write about what affects you. अभी हम we live through one of the most traumatic times. तो कोविड है, ये है, वो है. तो राइट अबाउट व्हाट अफेक्ट्स यू. राइल्स यू मतलब व्हाट रियली इरिटेट्स यू. चेंज द पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. यू मे टेक एनी स्टोरी एंड चेंज द पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, बट ऐसे लिखो कि उसमें स्मेल्स भी आए, टच भी आए. राइटिंग इज प्योरली माइंड. आपका कोई भी सेंसेस नहीं है उसमें. इवन व्हेन यू आर रीडिंग द लेटर्स, योर माइंड इज प्रोसेसिंग द लैंग्वेज. सो एक्चुअली राइटिंग में जीरो सेंसेस है, अनलाइक आर्ट जिसको देखना पड़ता है, कुकिंग जिसको खाना पड़ता है. But reading and writing, you are addressing no senses, and yet you have to hit all the senses. The only way is by, like sir said, read the great writers, Premchand, Saki, H.H. Munro, Agatha Christie, Arthur Conan Doyle. These are some of the great writers. Read them, because the more you read, the more you will become a better writer. You will never become a good writer by watching movies and serials. That is for readers. If you're a reader, watch movies, no problem. But if you want to be a writer, read books. Do not watch movies, read books. This is, I can't say this enough. And this is my last slide for the day. We'll wind up with this. Is that one thing I learned is, I have two books, Switch in Time and Genetic Disposition. Both are on Kindle. These are crime thrillers, doing well. And what I learned is that, you have three sources. You have never been in a jail. May have not been even in a courtroom. But that doesn't mean that you cannot write. That doesn't mean that therefore what you write will be false. So उसके 3 ट्रिक्स होते हैं. मेमोरी, when you felt caged, जैसे अभी है, हम तो एक वर्चुअल जेल में है, तो हमारे इमोशंस क्या है. इमेजिनेशन, सोचो कि क्या होगा, एंड फाइनली रिसर्च. गूगल का जमाना है, एवरीथिंग इज अवेलेबल. एंड finally be kind to yourself. This is what I learned. Be kind to myself. कि don't think that your first story will be of Agatha Christie level and Premchand level. नहीं होगा. So be kind. Still finish it, go ahead, keep writing again and again, you will get it. So I hope you all have a wonderful time writing. It is a wonderful vocation. It will help you in your jobs, it will help you in your career, it will help you in your spare time, it will help you become a better thinker. So all the best to all of you. With that I wind, and if you have any questions, I'll be very happy to take them.
Yeah, thanks Rajesh. Thanks for the wonderful session. Professor Vaishnavi ji or Vishal ji, any questions from that side? Because I have not got any question yet from the students. Do we have time, first of all?
Time is not an issue from our side, at least.
Okay.
And it was a wonderful. Pretty interesting. We have few questions.
So there's one question that's come, which basically Rajesh is asking that do you typically think of an audience and then you write for them, or do you just don't worry about that, you just write to your standard and let the audience find you?
Yes, sir. That's a very good question. If we can just mute Vishal sir, if you can mute everybody else or whoever jiska echo aa raha hai. First of all, thank you very much. And this is from Akhil Kumar. So to everybody, you can type your questions on the chat. I can see it and I can take those questions. So Akhil, thanks for that question. Do you write for an audience or do you write to a standard and let the audience find your work? This is a very good question and it's a very interesting question as well. What I would say is that you write for a genre. Genre hota hai, romance, college reunions, mysteries, crime thrillers, suspense thrillers, journeys, travel logs, travel books. Jaise, Dangal is a sports genre. So what I would say is that you write into a world that you are now an authority in, and you set it into that. So if you may be an authority in a college, you may be an authority in let us say science in a lab, you may be an authority in a factory, you may be an authority in a share market. So and you can get this authority. And second is your genre. Okay, आपका genre क्या है? Romance, all that I talked about. And then you bring these two together, because you always have to ground your story in a world you know. And you have to write for a genre that you interest you. And typically what you read is what you interest you. So for example, I write crime thrillers because right from the beginning, I was always interested in Arthur Conan Doyle, Agatha Christie, those kind of books. So I would say that you never write for an audience. You write for yourself in a world that you know and in a genre that you like. And when you do tick all these three boxes, then you will find your audience typically. So write in your world to your interest. Don't worry about your audience at all. That would be my suggestion.
Rajesh, there's another question from Arvind about how is it helpful? How is writing helpful for an engineering career?
Great. So first, thanks Arvind. That's a good question again. So what does writing do? Okay. We live in a soundbite world. Okay. Now we live in where you're expected to make an argument in 140 characters. We live in a world of elevator pitches कि आपको कोई मिल गया लिफ्ट में ग्राउंड फ्लोर से 7th फ्लोर तक आपको अपने आइडिया पिच करने हैं. After engineering, you might want to join a startup or even create a startup. Okay. If you join a startup, then you want to be hired by them. If you create a startup, you want to pitch to VCs. All right. So these are your worlds. Then once you start your job, you are frequently selling your ideas. After all work is about selling your ideas. If you're in an engineering world, you might want to sell your design to the design head, saying कि sir ऐसे नहीं ऐसे करना है. अभी जैसे I work for Infosys, तो हमारा बैंकिंग प्रोडक्ट है. अभी दुनिया में रिमोट वर्किंग is suddenly the need of the hour, right? अभी बैंकिंग रिमोट कैसे होता है? हम एज कस्टमर्स हम बैंक करते हैं रिमोटली, उस पर कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. लेकिन बैंकर्स खुद तो ब्रांच आते हैं. बट नाउ वर्ल्ड में क्या है कि बैंकर्स भी ब्रांच में नहीं जा सकते हैं, कस्टमर्स भी नहीं जा सकते. सो सॉफ्टवेयर विल हैव टू चेंज, राइट? क्लियरिंग कैसे करोगे घर पे बैठ के? लोन सैंक्शन कैसे करोगे? साइट विजिट कैसे करोगे रिमोट? लॉकडाउन में फैक्ट्री है, तुम उसको साइट विजिट कैसे करोगे? तो क्या इकोनॉमी बंद कर दें? नहीं, राइट? सो if you are an engineer, you will start thinking, now how do you convey this? So whether it is that 7 floors ka elevator pitch, whether you are making that 140 character ka Twitter or 280 character ka Twitter pitch, what you need is clarity of thought. And clarity of thought can only come by writing and editing. You remember my title, Arvind, edit, one more edit. ये तभी होता है जब आप 3, 4, 10, 50 बार रिहर्स करो before that elevator happens. ऐसा नहीं होता है कि आप एलिवेटर में देख लिया बॉस को और या चेयरमैन को और अभी बोल दे कि चलो यार इसको मैं 7th फ्लोर में इसको पटाता हूँ. वो कभी नहीं होगा. यू विल हैव टू रिहर्स. सो व्हाटएवर कैरियर यू चूज आफ्टर योर इंजीनियरिंग, what writing does for you is it distills your thought. It makes your mind ability to argue कि हमको क्या करना चाहिए. सर साइट विजिट हम कैमरा से कर सकते हैं. हम एक फैक्ट्री कंटेनमेंट जोन में है तो उसमें प्लांट एंड मशीनरी देखना है, ड्रोन से कर सकते हैं. हम ड्रोन को क्रेडिट अप्रूवल के साथ, लोन अप्रूवल के साथ लिंक कर सकते हैं ड्रोन इमेजेस को. ये कौन करता है? इंजीनियर ही करता है, सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर करता है या फ्लाइट एविएशन इंजीनियर करता है. तो ये सब इंटीग्रेशन के लिए जो क्लैरिटी ऑफ थॉट है वो हम राइटिंग से, हम रिक्वायरमेंट्स डॉक्यूमेंट लिखते हैं, टेक्निकल स्पेक्स लिखते हैं. व्हाट इज ऑल दिस? वी राइट. अनलेस यू राइट समथिंग यू डोंट नो इट. ये एक फंडामेंटल स्टोरी अरविंद मैं आपको बोल दूं कि जब तक आपने लिखा नहीं आपने समझा नहीं. Okay, so that is why writing is very important. Writing will distill your thought process. It will clarify your thought process.
Rajesh, as a follow-on question, how do you see yourself evolving? From your early days at Logica and everything, and now at Infosys, somewhere down in between, you picked up writing in the way you did. Do you see it's made you more successful as a corporate person while you're selling, while you're managing clients? What's your view?
Absolutely. So one point which I already said, which is that it forces me to become clear in my thought. Because if I write, मैं कुछ अगर ambiguously उल्टा सीधा कुछ लिख दूं तो reader तो भाग ही जाएगा और क्या होगा, right? So clarity of thought which comes from writing, which I already made that point, so I won't repeat it. The second is stamina. अभी हम एक novel लिखते हैं तो उसको लिखने के लिए करीब 2 साल तो लग जाता है. Because उसमें my second book, Genetic Disposition, is a medical thriller. The first book is set in the hospitality industry, hotels, restaurants, catering. ये दोनों इंडस्ट्री आई डिडंट नो, सो इट टुक मी टाइम टू डू द रिसर्च, गेट इनटू डिटेल्स, टॉक टू द एक्सपर्ट्स. तो एक आइडिया को लेके 2 साल चलना, इसके लिए जो स्टैमिना है आई डिड नॉट हैव इट बिफोर. मेरे को अगर आप कोई मेरे को बोलो कि राजेश एक प्रोजेक्ट करना है, ये एक बैंक है, इनके लिए हमको ये ट्रांसफॉर्म करना है और ये 5 साल का है, तुम करोगे? आई विल से यस, बिकॉज आई नो नाउ दैट आई हैव द स्टैमिना टू रन फॉर 5 years. मेरे में है अभी वो. Whereas this thing 10 years back, I would have said, I don't think we should get ahead of ourselves. Let us think in 6 months. Of course, you have to deliver in 6 months, but लंबा सोचना चाहिए, बड़ा सोचना चाहिए. So thinking big, thinking long, that is the second thing which definitely help. The third is empathy. Empathy is कि किसी और के दृष्टिकोण से हमको देखना. So जब हम लिखते हैं तो लिखने में मजा क्या है? That हम एक रेस्टोरेंट सीन है जिसमें 3 फ्रेंड्स हैं, उसमें से एक डॉक्टर है, एक एड एजेंसी में है और एक पिक पॉकेट है. मान लो हम कैफे में लिखते हैं, तो now you have to get into the heads of 3 different people And when you do that in your career also, what happens is you don't just judge people. You start thinking कि ये लोग कहाँ से आ रहे हैं. You empathize. So this is the third thing, Vivek, that, so when you write more, you'll get clarity of thought, you'll get stamina, you'll get empathy. There are many other things, but these are the three most important things I could think of that will benefit you as a writer.
Rajesh,
there's another
I
question.
have a
Yeah.
question, if you may allow.
Please.
Do you write in first person or third person form? Like
Okay.
as a narrator?
Fantastic question. Thank you, Vishal sir. So this is first I'll answer for myself. I answer in a point of view which is called as third person limited. ये slightly technical term है. Third person मैं बोल दूंगा, लेकिन technically बोल रहा हूँ कि third person limited. So third person limited मतलब I write it as this happened, then that happened, he said, then she said. But I keep it in every scene, I ground it in one character's head. So it is like first person, but it is written from the distance of a third person. So it's a very conscious choice I write, because I write crime thrillers where so many different things are happening. Whereas hum typically, like this is typically Agatha Christie ka style, that Hercule Poirot came, then the Vicar came and all that. Whereas first person is that, of course Vishal sir knows, but I'm telling for everybody that we say that, I walked down the road and then I saw a shop being shuttered and I was surprised because I wanted my favorite cup of coffee. So मैंने ये किया, फिर मैं वहाँ गया. So this is called as first person. So first person हम कब use करते हैं? Typically when you want to narrate one story very very closely, from somebody's close point of view. अभी जैसे दो एग्जांपल देता हूँ. एक मूवी है इंग्लिश विंग्लिश, उसमें हर सीन में श्रीदेवी. आप उस मूवी में सोच के आपको एक सीन मिलेगा जब वो राधा करके कैरेक्टर वो जाती है और बोलती है कि शी वोंट कम टुडे. दिस इज द ओनली सीन इन द मूवी व्हिच डज नॉट हैव श्रीदेवी, क्योंकि मैंने वो मूवी को पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से देखा. तो सो दैट इज अ फर्स्ट पर्सन मूवी. Whereas आप कुछ और मूवी देखोगे तो यहाँ कुछ हो रहा है, फिर वहाँ कुछ हो रहा है. गैंग्स ऑफ वासीपुर जैसे है, द सीन शिफ्ट. सत्या जैसे है, तो टिपिकली आप अनुराग कश्यप की मूवीज देखोगे तो मेनी डिफरेंट थिंग्स हैपन. तो इसको कहते हैं थर्ड पर्सन. ये भी होता है, वो भी होता है. So since my stories have many different things happening, which everything comes together, I write in third person. But it is a creative choice. It is up to you what you want to write.
That's true. Actually, I personally feel that writing in first person form is a bit more challenging. Like, if you are able to do it properly, it comes out in a very good form. Like, there's a book which I read for Agatha Christie of Hercule Poirot, where the villain was writing in a first person form.
Correct.
And
yes, sir,
similarly,
absolutely.
all the old knives, that is a book by Olen Steiner, all the old knives. Now, that is a wonderful book, which is again in first person form.
Oh, great. I have not read this. The Agatha Christie book you're talking about, I think, is Murder of Roger Ackroyd.
Who was growing in his garden. He was growing something in his garden.
So for the audience, हम ज़्यादा suspense नहीं निकालते हैं, except that I want you all to please read it, because Vishal sir is also, I think, in a way recommending. So sir, you're absolutely right. First person में हमको intimacy रहता है, बहुत ही closeness रहता है. But see, what happens is, if you want to write अभी एक example देता हूँ मैं आपको कि if you look at रामायण, okay, हम strictly उस story को राम जी के point of view से पढ़ सकते हैं, strictly. But what we would miss out then is, what happened in the Ashok one, what was happening back in Ayodhya, Bharat ji क्या कर रहे थे, दशरथ जी का मौत कैसे हुआ. So this is but ये creative choice है, इसमें कुछ भी गलत या सही नहीं है. Okay, so when you write in a first person, it is a very intimate, beautifully written, and you as a reader become stuck to the character. हम और वो character एक हो जाते हैं. That is the beauty of writing in first person. But then what happens is, many things that happen outside, you will have to hint at it. You will not be able to take the reader there. So it may work for some stories, it may not work for some stories. Okay.
Rajesh, could you just comment on this? Maybe two questions. One is, that in spite of your schedule, I know that how often you're out of the country, in normal times, not in these times.
I know.
But with all the travel, I mean, how did you really come up with this habit of writing? Creating the time for writing. And secondly, especially with the association with Thinkley, you've actually even been a jury in one of the contests so far. How do you find that as a platform to help young authors, writers to start doing this?
Absolutely. So first is that, they always say, that you find time for the things you want to do. So to that extent, but that is a bit of a cliche. But I would say that because I travel a lot of my time is spent in airports and waiting rooms and all that. So what I did was, normally what I would have done, once you have cleared your emails and your official work, work comes first, obviously. But once you have done that, so then the human nature is to either watch a web series or watch some cat videos and dog videos on YouTube. So which I was also doing till I decided that this is what gives me happiness, and I didn't want to be just somebody who wanted to write. I wanted to be a writer. There's a world of a difference between somebody who wants to write and somebody who is a writer. राइटर वही है, वो कहते हैं ना, जो जीता वही सिकंदर, जैसा राइटर वही है जिसने अपना फर्स्ट ड्राफ्ट लिखा. मैं इसलिए बोलता हूँ, you don't have to write great things. I have not written great things, but I have written a book. Nobody can take that away from me, that in my life I have written a book. So if you are a writer, you will have that burning desire in you and you will write, and nobody can take that away from you. Good, bad, ugly, horrible, किसी ने पढ़ा नहीं, किसी ने देखा नहीं, सूंघा नहीं, वो सब ठीक है, but हमने लिखा. Okay, so in Thinkly, and I love Thinkly because I think कई बार हम क्यों रोक देते हैं, and I'll tell you why I said first draft. कई बार हम क्यों रोक देते हैं कि हमको डर लगता है कि क्या क्रिटिसिज्म मिलेगा, लोग क्या कहेंगे, अरे क्या बकवास लिखा है, बेवकूफी है, व्हाट इज दिस यार, कहाँ अगाथा क्रिस्टी और कहाँ ये क्या क्राइम थ्रिलर है, यहाँ तो ना क्राइम है ना थ्रिलर है. ये सब डर मेरे आज भी है. इवन आफ्टर 2 books, when I write my 3rd book, I have these fears. But what happens with Thinkly is that it is a very good place to do this safely. Second is that when you start, you may not have the stamina to write for 2 years. So then what could happen potentially, and a lot of you are going to be starting your careers, or your career are going to switch into a very stressful period. See, till 30 is when you work for 15-16 hours a day, right? कोई work life balance आदमी को सोचना ही नहीं चाहिए, till 30. This is my learning in life. So when you do that, you may think, अरे 2 साल कहाँ यार, ये तो होगा ही नहीं, and you will never start. But with Thinkly, what happens is it lets you write in small capsules. So you kind of, then it is not daunting. डर नहीं लगता है. You go in and you take the plunge and you try what you can. So I would definitely find that to be much easier to handle. And finally, with Thinkly publications, you can reach out a larger group. So I think these are the 3 levers for me that makes Thinkly very attractive for anybody, and especially for somebody who's starting out. I would, ask them or tell them to check it out.
Right. Thanks so much. Vishalji, if there are any more questions, or should we kind of...
you people have spared a lot of time.
Vishalji. Yeah. So you decide, you can wind up whenever you feel appropriate.
Yes, sir.
Spare a lot of time. Thanks. And do remember us when you win the Golden Dagger Award. Indian arena is looking for a Lee Carey, crime thrillers in, like, from prospective Indian authors have not reached perhaps that big arena. So maybe we need somebody to come up. And so would you like all the messages which you have given are you have come down to a very grassroots level, and कोई भी वीडियो लेक्चर या किसी भी लेक्चर का आप कोई भी लेक्चर लेता है तो टीचर बन जाता है, और टीचर का बेस्ट एम यही रहता है कि स्टूडेंट समझें. सो आई होप कि कुछ स्टूडेंट्स कुछ लिखेंगे और शायद आपको परेशान करें, आपको कभी कभार कुछ भेजें.
Please, that will be wonderful.
Rajesh, I think before you close, there's a nice question. I would love you to answer that. Is there anything that you would like to say to your readers and fans?
Oh yes. Apart from, of course, saying that please read my book, that is something I tell. but beyond that, I think my character Bushra Khokar, she is my protagonist. I didn't speak about my book. This is not the forum, but since this question has come, she's somebody that I have loved to discover. I didn't invent her. She always existed, and I have enjoyed finding out about her, and I've